What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Cities Skylines. My name is Splattercat, and I'm happy to have you here today as we take another look at retrofitting all of this up and in here. Unfortunately, we have a little bit of a roadblock. Until this gets done, I can't really retrofit it, so we're just going to have to wait until this is all done. And once it is, my plan anyways, is to make another big road that runs right here that dead ends out, and then it just goes straight to the freeway and maybe has a train track along the side of it too. But we'll see what happens for right now. That'll allow me to get rid of this little road right here. What happens if I get rid of that right there? Does it just like re-divert all the congestion? I think the issue is just people, we need to like make this not allowed. Like maybe force people a little bit further down the chain before they can do that. And then also maybe widen this guy right here. I think that's going to move it a little bit further into the city. But were we to create an easy way for these people to jump onto the other highway, like little road diversions in here, it might help. I don't know if there's going to be a space for us to do it, but yeah, like my goal would be to do something like this. I mean, we got a hospital right there. Oh, that actually worked. Okay. So that allows some of these people to flip around if they want to. I don't know how many people will take advantage of that, but it should help out a little bit. My janky-ass, ridiculous overpasses. Yeah, one car used it. Hell yeah. So that should start to spread out some of the people that just want to turn around. And it should keep them from coming down to here and, like, piling up all over the place. This is going to become a city-wide problem, isn't it? It totally is. Ah, well, this part of the city may need to be abandoned to its own devices. Either way, is this emptied out yet? Still 1%. Come on, empty out so that I can destroy you, or at least move you. At the minimum, we can take you somewhere else. Come on. I can make this go faster. Empty. I demand that you empty, sir. Come on. Why is that 1% just not going anywhere? It's because people are bringing it back, aren't they? Come on! Just keep spam clicking it until I finally get lucky with the 0%. Well, the other one went to 0%. I don't know. I can't do anything, though. Like, I can't fix this because of this landfill. You can't destroy it. You can't move it. You can't do anything with it until... yeah, I mean, until it goes away. I'm sort of left with very few options. I guess I could go with something like this right here. Which would wipe out both of these businesses. But would also give us a chance to put a highway on-ramp right here. Put a sound barrier on it real fast, so that those people don't get too grumpy. And that should help out a little bit with some of the traffic. It does look like traffic is clearing, because it was backed up. Well, maybe not. They're all piling in now. They're going straight past each other. It might help out a little bit. It's getting rid of a lot of the traffic right here. But then if you watch where it's going... see, the other thing is that I think the cars don't naturally act discerningly like human beings would. So if you knew, my roads are bad. Let's first and foremost say that my roads are bad and that my initial building experiment in this area is why we're having so much trouble. This actually wouldn't be happening right now had I done something a little bit better right here. But it was like my second attempt at playing the game, so whatever. I said it wasn't going to be good gameplay. Ass officially covered. But, oh wow, they have... this place is getting robbed right here. Oh my god, this place is getting robbed like crazy. So maybe we should help out. Let's go. It doesn't actually look that bad. Maybe, is this not representing properly? Because it says there's all crime, but it's still green. Which in my experience, green is a good color. Green is a happy color. Let's just go all in right there. And that should help disperse some of that. And that's going to be a big police station that should allow us to pretty much take the edge off of all crime around here, assuming that the traffic allows people to get around. Got lots of cop cars. Watch them all go out. Whoop, whoop. Pull over to the side, sir. Whoop, whoop. Sir, stop resisting. Sir, sir, sir. Pow, pow, pow. I need you to stop resisting. Puck, puck, puck. Sir, stop bleeding on me. Stop resisting by bleeding, sir. Oh, God. Let's see here. We've got... yeah, that should be clearing out slowly. It'll take a little while. A building burned down? That's rare. Did I get rid of a fire station or something? The crime rate is high in that park. We built it for the chitlins. Look, there's a playground out here. You bangers need to find a new place to hang out. This is not okay. There's a dead guy on the side of the road. Oh, I thought there was a dead guy on the side of the road. I was like, we should probably have somebody come by and clean that up. I know for a fact that we needed some incinerators here in town, or some cremators, or whatever you want to call them. I don't know. Let's go cremation right there to help out maybe a little bit with the whole, like, dead people problem. We'll put one in right there. On this side, we're going to need one right there. And just try and keep this all squared away. Crime rate's pretty bad over here, so maybe grab ourselves a police station. Put it in right there and see if that'll fix stuff. Help out down in Pikes. They don't deserve to live like this. We got to help the people in Pikes. I was going to name a new district. Let's name all of... I don't know. Let's name a new district, though. I kind of want to. Let's name this one right here. This is going to be it. We'll call this one... I don't know. We'll call it something awesome, though. This entire area... Just paint that in. Yeah. I like the painting tool. It brings me joy. We'll call this an Elk Park. No, that place. You can't name it Elk Park. If you name it Elk Park, nothing good will come of this. Elk Park sounds like a place where there's lots of crime. You can't name it. I'm going to call this Broxton. There it is. And so we got Broxton going on over here. For now, what I need to do is I also need to go through here and make a no heavy traffic policy for all of this. And we'll just kind of like see what happens so that we can't have trucks up in here. That should keep trucks relegated to this right here instead of all of them taking this road. So I think it might be worth the attempt. Now for our, I wish that, can I keep that open? So for the sake of our industrial areas, so industrial's right here. I may rezone that slightly. Maybe. But what we need for right now is to go through... I'm going to keep it light on this side. There it is. So we'll go... No, I don't want that to go all the way in there. But we'll have it go up to here. Go slightly around right there. I don't want it to kiss that section, though. I want it to be separate. It looks like it is. It looks like it's got like a little filament in between the two. And so let me get another look for where the industrial was taking place. Industrial's right there. Back to the zoning. We'll expand that out slightly. Although I can't have this right here either. So let's push that up to the side. Because if I put no heavy traffic on the freeways, that is going to suck for us. That's going to be like really, really bad. And then we're going to have to take our little tool down by a size or two for right now. Our tool is too big. Our tool is way, way too big. And unfortunately, it's making people uncomfortable. That overpass is fine. So we got that right there. We'll shape that out. Garnet Hills. I do like it because it's a geological reference. But at the same time... I may stay away from it for right now. Let's go ahead and just get as much of this as we can taken care of. Looks like we're going to need some police stations pretty soon, too. There we... I don't want to completely surround this either. We've got to leave something for people to use right now as roads to get across town. So I figure we'll bisect that right there. And then we'll bisect that right there. Maybe... I've got to rezone this industrial, I think. I don't think this industrial can stay. This industrial's not looking good for us right now, and the heavy traffic is not going to do it. Although you have to leave supply lanes, too, so unfortunately... So is that all Garnet Hills right there? That's all Garnet Hills, this entire area. Alright. So instead of calling it Garnet Hills... This up here. No, not the Oriental. That's not what I wanted. No. Garnet Hills, let me select your little clicky thing. Let me do this right now. Where's the selector tool at? The advisor? Paint the part of the city. Oh, I don't want that. That's not going to help out. What is this going to do? An ore industry? Oh, you can actually just call this generic industry. Okay, well, I don't know how to use any of that, but I'll fiddle with it in a little bit. What is this right here? What else do we have? Have we unlocked anything new? I don't think that we did. Got a big badass fire station that'll work for a little bit, but I wanted to name Garnet. I guess it's going to be called Garnet Hills from now on. There we go. This is called Ridgewood. So Ridgewood's taken care of. And then policies for Ridgewood. We want to have a... city planning, we want a heavy traffic ban in Ridgewood, and so we don't want that to happen. There is a lot of traffic, so we may keep the We'll see what happens, because I think these little commercial areas need to be supplied by trucks, I think. If they don't, then we won't worry about it. It's crunch time! If your burger crunches, it might have far too much vegetables in it. And you may, I guess if you like your bacon... What is this? A building is burned down. Great. We should probably go through and try and figure out... So we have medical issues down in here. Fixable. We have fire problems down in here. Also fixable, but that's because I got rid of a firehouse. Fire problems down in here. Some possible fire problems over here, so we'll help out right there. This is going to increase our bottom line. 4 police stations. Looks like we have a little bit of criminality taking place over here. A little bit of criminality over here that needs to be dealt with. If I get rid of these power lines, which I don't think we any longer need. Ugh! I need an undo key. I need an adult. Okay, so we'll go right there. Couple of these power lines down to just get them out of the middle of the city. I was connecting those back in the day when everything was not properly connecting, and that should leave us with space for an extra police station. So there it is. We've got a police station now. We should be locked in and ready to go with some of our problems up here in the city. My phone is blowing up every time I sit down to record. Every time. And then people get mad at me too. They're like, why can't you just drop what you're doing and answer your phone and just, my call is more important than you doing your job. I'd be like, let me call you 38 times at your work a day and see how happy you are at the end of the day. How about that? How about that? We have garbage problems over here. Garbage has piled up. Is that due to the fact that, oh, well, it's not due to anything over there. We may want to do... Is that going to happen, like, citywide? I'm a little or is that just, like, an isolated case? It looks like it was an isolated case. We need a few more office buildings. I don't know how office buildings would do in this part of town. I put them in just in case, just to see what would happen. And it seems like they're doing all right. It seems like the pollution is recovering as well. So are you empty yet? Yeah, you're empty. So let me relocate you to like a spot that doesn't suck so much. On the outskirts of town, maybe. And you guys can just go do your thing. And that means that now we can finally get this done over here. Which the plan... I may have circumnavigated it slightly. Oh, well the heavy traffic ban seems to have handled it just fine. Fine, just fine. Fine, just fine. I mean, we're a little backed up right here. But at least we're not, like, all the way out onto the freeway anymore. That's a plus. So, there's that to think about. When it comes to Ridgewood, we left them a road right there, right? So that they could get out of town. Okay, so they can get to Pikes, and that'll be fine. So what we want to think about doing now... This road has already been widened. Maybe widening right here and then making it branch off this way too. I don't know the proper way to do this, in all honesty. This is me just sort of like fiddling with stuff right now and just sort of finagling and trying to make things work better. So since we're going to undistrict all this anyways, I think we might as well take Pikes, or I'm sorry, we should take... It wasn't Garnet Hills, damn it. It's not called Garnet Hills. Stop that. This is called Ridgewood. It's got to be because I didn't press enter and I just went straight to policies. And so now that we're in here, what services can we put in to make people happier? We can go recycling. That might help out a little bit. That'll be expensive though, so we want to wait. Whenever you put in a new policy, you should just like chill for a bit and see how it affects your bottom line, because sincerely, it may actually affect it more than you expected, because they tend to go by houses and by families. And so you can end up with like a lot of weird problems from it. So the heavy traffic ban appears to have moved it to an inner city problem, but I'm confident that we're moving the problem back to a common point of meeting each time. And so if we can eventually get it to the proper spot, we should be able to nail this down. What I wanted to do is I think I wanted to make an intersecting road on this side, and that's just what I'll do. One of these days this road is going to run all over you. So we'll take these... Drop these on the opposite side of the road for right now. And then from there, that leaves us with a little gap where we can come across 6 deep. I wanted a straight road. We're just going to straight shoot this thing. And I'm okay with that. I actually wish it would auto bulldoze when you did this, because it would actually help me keep things lined up better. I don't know if I should function from up here first. Let me relocate this park. How you relocate a park, I don't know. I think you would just tear it down and rebuild it, right? And then we'll go over to there. That'll have a park, make people a little bit happier so that they can hang out. These people are like, oh, that totally sucks. We don't have a place to drug deal anymore. But they can deal with it. We got a fire station right here. We can move that over to there. What is this? A police station. We can move you as well. So everything still works out for everybody. Why is there a dirt road over here? How did this happen? Did I just never upgrade that? That was just like one of those pieces of infrastructure that I never fixed. Hold on. Let's fix this. Let's fix this. There we go. So now it looks like it's part of the city. Pikes no longer has a dirt road, I guess. Are dirt roads indicative of a shitty part of town? I would assume that it would not be... These permanent fixtures. Like, these buildings right here need to be allowed to be relocated while they still have stuff inside of them. We also have what looks like a bus stop right there, so that might not work. We may instead have to do it right here. Which I don't really like that much, but... we have to make these better. And until we do, our lives will be miserable. Let's see here. We can get rid of you guys. These random power lines running through the middle of town. There we go. We'll take that all the way back, and that should be fine. Where are those running to? They're running to right there. Well, then technically we shouldn't need these lines anymore either, I don't think. That one's not connected. What happened right here? Did I move it and then forget to connect it? I moved it and forgot to connect it. Great. That would explain why our water system, the little meter, was down slightly. No, I want you to close the menu. There we go. Alright, so now that we're looking at this, it took me a long time to brain power this out, so be gentle with me. I'm kind of dumb when it comes to stuff like I don't play games like this. I really don't, so... frankly, this is all a learning experience for me. Every last tiny bit of it is a learning experience for me. And then what we'll do is we will upgrade. We can't upgrade right there? Why not? Oh, it's a highway? Shit, I got the wrong thing. Keep clicking the wrong menu here. Creating problems for myself. Oh, by using the upgrade, you don't need a bulldoze. Maybe I should have thought about that. Maybe I could have just, like, made that work. We can't do much with that right there, so that was sort of pointless, but it looks cool. I like the way that it looks, so it'll stay. It'll stay for right now. Some people won't like it, but... oh, well. At the end of the day, that'll be my excuse. Some people won't like it, but... ah, well. What are you gonna do? I don't know if I wanted to do that right now, but sure, it can stay. There, that should help out a little bit with the traffic problems, I hope. I can't promise that it will, but it might help out slightly. We've now created like a major thoroughfare through town that connects to both freeways that we might be able to get things situated a tad better. We'll wait and see how our citizens like it. The problem still might be right here, where I'm not seeing too many people flipping around right here, which is good. And in fact, I could remove the temptation entirely and force them to go through town and just make this work the way that I want it to work. These trucks, they're so confused right now. They have no idea what to do. Heavy traffic ban in effect, and so that should reroute these to the proper direction. You know what? Just ignore those traffic signs. They're more of a suggestion anyways. Don't even worry about it. I'm sure nothing horrible will come from this. Did I just put a two-way right there? I don't think that's going to work out very well either. This should just be a one-way as far as I'm concerned. So let's go right there. There we go. I think that's why people are getting so confused right now. And so if you make that a one-way, although that now leaves them with no way to get across this road. I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't thought about that. Okay, so never mind. Let's just make that a one-way junction, I guess. No, not from that way to that way. The other way. This is the other. We'll go from there to there. There we go. And maybe that'll help get that done. Ooh, leaf blower coming through. I'll be back. Alright, sorry about that. We're back. I started fiddling with stuff, waiting for that guy to go away. And I've widened some of the main thoroughfares. Unfortunately, there's not going to be too much more that I can do for this area. It's looking a little suspect. I had to get rid of some of my train station. I actually had to destroy my train station too, which was troublesome. So I'm hoping anyways that if I eliminate a lot of these, maybe we can like thicken this out slightly and just make it a little bit better for the citizens. Sometimes it says slope too steep. I don't know what that means. It ends up with you having like these weird little catch points in your town. I don't know why I can't do that right there. It says slope too steep. I see no slope at all, but I don't know. Sometimes it just gets upset and it doesn't want me to do certain things, and so that leads to like weird roads like that one right there where you have crunch time, and it won't let me go right there either, interestingly enough. It's probably due to maybe this crossroad right here. Might be our problem. We can try it, just sort of like see what occurs here, and they're rebuilding buildings again. You guys know how I feel about you rebuilding buildings. How dare you rebuild buildings in your building rebuildy senses. Either way, though, the city up here is basically falling apart, as predicted. People said that it would happen, and yep, caught it a little bit too late when it comes to roads and things like that. This part of the city, though, if I could get the rest of it to function like this part right here, we'd be in pretty decent shape. We don't have a whole lot of needs right now. I think that everything's looking really, really good on this end. It's just kind of like this area requires such extensive retrofits that unfortunately the traffic is getting a little bit better. It's not quite as bad as it was before, and we're not backed up onto the freeway like we were before. So we can leave that alone for a little while, I think, and actually get focused on filling out the remainder of the space on this side. We do have some abandoned buildings going up, which is odd. Very, very odd. Like, nobody just abandons a high-rise, do they? I don't know. I've never lived in like an enormous city where there were high-rises. So Broxton has recycling. What does Broxton have? So policies. Broxton has recycling, public transit, and... okay. So that's cool. City planning turns homes into much cooler smart homes. Okay, I don't think I'm worried about our home smart power right now. I don't need to hook it up to my like iPod or anything. My house, as long as it keeps rain off my head, I don't think it requires any interaction with the cloud. I know a lot of people are excited about the cloud nowadays, but frankly, less than enamored. Less than enamored. What do we need? We need a bit more commercialism. So let's make that happen, shall we? That appears to be the thing that is missing from our equation right now. So we'll throw in a little bit right there. I can't promise that in the next episode we're not going to spend a bunch of time just running random buses all over the place. It seems like a possibility that might happen. I'm glad to see that that right there is actually getting used because I was worried about that. And traffic along the outer ring seems to have gotten a lot better too. We're using the maximum roads we can right now. On my next one, I'll probably alternate like they do in big cities one way so that we can make sure that the traffic stays a little bit lighter. I figure there's got to be a reason they do that in big cities. So I'll do it too. I like the shape of that building right there. I don't know. It looks like it interlocks together, and some weird deep down part of me likes that. It's a strange urge, and I don't know why I like it, but I do. Let's continue to put in roads, shall we? Maybe some little two-laners over here. I don't need to upgrade anything, though. I would prefer that we go right there. Cool. And so now that we got that covered, we could probably use a little bit more, maybe some like basic boutiques in here. I don't know. We'll do like some basic commercialism on this side because I do think that that's important. I don't know exactly how these differentiate from one another, but as long as they help empty out our bar, I don't mind. And then we'll go a little bit more office space down here. And then on this side, we shall focus because we're going to need people to live in these places. I know they live next to the freeway. That's just unfortunate, but they're going to have to live with it. You guys get to live next to the landfill. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that to somebody. We'll just go like that. You can work next to the landfill, but everybody deserves to get away from the stink every now and again. So there it is. I'm really, really happy with Broxton. Broxton's looking really, really cool. I'm enjoying that. Over here, we could call this... I wish there was a way to leave the overlay on for your areas that you've sort of designated when you go into here. Like, you could actually stack overlays, and you might be able to, and maybe I'm just ignorant of the way to do it. But I wish that you could have two of these on at the same time so that when you segmented this out, like so, essentially, and I'm going to have to take that a little bit closer. I think I'm using too big of a tool right now. There is such a thing as too big. Let's go over here. Okay. Zabigga is not always Zabetta, and we'll make this look better in just a moment. I'm going to turn this into like a plaza, basically, like a little, I don't know, shopping area, I guess. That's what this is, right? Or is this a work area? Oh, it's a work area. Okay, so since it's a work area, let's expand that out slightly. Okay, so this work area, instead of Beach Heights, it's going to be called The Pits. Because everybody knows that going to work is the pits. Like, yeah, pretty much. And so if we wanted a city, we have a small business planning. Low-density commercial houses will double their sales. High-density commercial buildings, that's not what we needed. Industrial space allows industry to work more effectively, overlooking a few work safety laws. Doubles the amount of goods produced by industry buildings. Does that affect... that falls into industry, right? Or is it only for industrial? They offer workplaces. Okay. So maybe not. Maybe not. However, we can divide this off right here. And so just in case we've got like dumber citizens, what we can do right now with like the last little piece of time that we have. So I'll go through and we will segment that right there. It's got a little bit of overhang, but I think it'll be... Actually, we could do this entire area. We could do this entire place if we wanted to. So there it is. Let's do it. Let's do it. You and I, noble viewer, you and I, we shall do it together. And then we'll go over here. It's always better with a friend, right? Something like that seems to be the case. And so we've got the Oriental Heights. We're not going to call it that because that seems vaguely outdated. I don't know. I don't see people use the word Oriental anymore. It's just not a word that gets used anymore. It definitely has like that old like 1920s feel to it. So let's call this... Well, it's a place where you can spend your money. And so obviously we need to have ourselves... We'll call it mulch money. There we go. That place is called mulch money because that's what it does to your wallet. And so in mulch money... That's where we want to go through, and we'll call this a big business benefactor. And what does that cost me? Upkeep 4 per, but we might make more money off of it than we lose. I don't know. We'll watch this fall off right now. It says 580, so keep an eye on it. Let's let it ride. It might be going up all on its own. It can be, oh wow. Holy balls. Yeah, watch that thing jump up right there. Everyone must have respect for the holy balls. Alright, so in the next episode, we'll probably try and get some infrastructure up and running. That doesn't look good. What are they filming Die Hard right there? Anyways, I'll see you later. How you do, everybody?